Good morning. My nose is full this morning, and I don't know. I've had this cold. It's been going on for nearly 2 weeks now. But whatever's going on, and there is a lot going on, we have some time now for a 10-minute portrait together, and I'm so happy to see you here, Marina, Imola, Cindy, Christina, so cool. And I see there are some more of you. Say hello in the live chat. Um, Marina said, my husband just saw me refill my parallel pen and he thought it was a knife. Yeah, here's my pen refilling tool. And I have had to refill a few times, in the 2 times in the past week. And usually it lasts a bit longer than that. But you can see here's, oh wow, it's already down again. Okay, I've been sketching a lot with this pen. So it has a really broad nib, 3.8 millimeters, lots of fun. The range of line quality from the one pen is super cool. And I just refill it here, Pelican, brilliant black ink, with this. So that's what's going on. And here, like with Trinity yesterday, I've just been using a water brush to move some of that ink around, which is cool. I like using it like that. 14 of you here now. You've just doubled how many people are here. That's amazing. Annette Lewis, the Jim Holland, hello. Vivian, hello, hello. Monica, Connie, so good. Thank you for being here. I really like Hugo Weaving, and he just looks so young in this image. We're going to be drawing Agent Smith. This will be concluding my matrix spread, and then we'll probably get back to some other people. Morning Causey says Morpheus and the Moon yesterday turned out catastrophically. Oh well, can try again. It's just 10-minute portraits. I'm doing 10-minute portraits every day, and I really appreciate having you along with the ride to sketch with me. And we'll get into that now. Connie from Australia. Where in Australia are you? I grew up. I've learnt since leaving Australia that I lived in 3 different lands: Barngarla, Karana, and Paramank country, and around what is commonly known as Adelaide these days. And yeah, it was interesting. I thought it was pretty cool at the time that The Matrix was filmed largely in Australia, and Hugo Weaving is just such a brilliant actor. Also from that realm. I really like this reference because he's still plugged in. So I've chosen references all from the first Matrix film. And focusing on shadow shapes, and I thought the shadow shapes in this reference are really cool because they're like really, really dark, high contrast, and how's everyone doing this Thursday? If it's Thursday for you. And yeah, all of my questions are also for the people watching the replay. How are you doing? And I really appreciate this time to come together and sketch and create together. There's so much going on. And whenever I have this thing, like just before getting on here, I was on Instagram, and I see so many devastating things on Instagram. And just taking the moment to, whatever's going on, those devastating things I don't see out my window. It's beautiful here, the sun is shining, although it's a lot warmer than perhaps it should be. Um, yeah, but yeah, whatever's going on, just taking the time to create something, to be together and create is good. And there's a lot of good things. I also saw something about something which I think is hopeful and wonderful is these, what are they, coral nurseries, where people are growing coral because there's a lot of coral die-off happening, bleaching because of warming oceans and stuff. And there are places where coral is being cultivated and giving a chance to grow. And yeah, I hope this has been interesting because, like, as I was drawing Neo, and something I've been thinking about a lot and seeing a lot about this week is, like, pretty catastrophic environmental stuff. And in the world of the Matrix, it's a pretty devastated environmentally. And I like to think that, and I do think it's possible to turn it all around. Stop destroying things. Just protect life and the planet. Take care of each other. Share instead of hoard. That's like, I think it's pretty, the main issue is just very limited but very influential kind of group of people who are causing a lot of havoc, I'd say. But this thing of having like a hope for the future is important. I don't know. This is just what's busy, alive in me at the moment, and thinking about this villainous character, who's a very interesting character in the film, and such a wonderful actor, portrayed so well. And how he represents this system of control. I'm like way off on my proportions and likeness and stuff here, but maybe I can still turn it around. I think there's like way too much space over here. What's going on? Alright, that was the first 5 minutes. Let's keep going. Suburb of Newcastle. Lived in Gundagai and yes, grew up outside Sydney. Your parents were Dutch. Can't wait to visit family there again. Cool. I thought I might live in the Netherlands, and it turns out I lived in Germany instead. But I learnt Dutch and have had a lot of a wonderful time in the Netherlands and dear friends. I love cycling there, biking around. It's very cool. Yeah, so it was cool, Lewis, seeing you also posting in the Kanyo Film It chat. Any of you who are interested in the Kanyo community and the Kanyo Film It chat, there are people, a bunch of people doing Matrix-inspired work at the moment and sharing it there. And the Kanyo community collective is a very cool online creative space and group of people, and it's been really fun seeing people's different Matrix inspired work. And after this spread, I'll be shifting back to non-fiction characters, friends, and composer that Yuka suggested. On Sunday, I'm going to be having a workshop which will be about darkness. And I'm wondering, and maybe you have some suggestions and ideas as well, and perhaps you've been participating in the workshops, but I want to focus on really, like, what do you call it, low-key is that what it's called? Low key value, so like super dark references. And next week, because we're moving into the dark part of the year here at the moment, in the northern hemisphere. All right, I'm going to get a brush, put some more, get darker here. Because I've been thinking about ways to get dark with the portraits and the work. And working from white paper, it is can be a wonderful process of building up layers of intensity to achieve the darkness that you want. This is one way, just using a big brush. But I'm wondering, in the workshop, I'm still thinking about how we're going to go about creating really dark images. And I think layering up with ink wash is really cool. Also drawing from a darker ground, whether it's black paper or building up a lot of charcoal or graphite and then lifting and erasing from that, just so that there's a dark starting point, I think is super helpful, because just in terms of, because simplicity is the theme that I'm going for this month. And yeah, I think there's wonderful opportunities to build up like subtle, complex layering and stuff. But in terms of simplicity, I'm just wondering what's going to be a fun way to work during the workshop. So I'll be figuring that out in the next couple of days. And if you're interested in joining the workshop with me, I would love you to. You can get a ticket at dylansara.com. And it's been really fun the last couple Sundays hanging out in Zoom. It's a special live experience, actually being with people I love here, live streaming, seeing you in the chat, chatting. Hi Jay. But I really, really like when people can just speak up and talk. And it's more direct than chatting through text. So, yeah, come join my workshops. Lisa Paston is here. Hello. That was 10 minutes. I'm so glad I grabbed the brush, because it was just like, was instantly so effectively and quickly able to get that contrast in. That was our 10 minutes today. 17 of you are here now. Say hello in the live chat. Leave a comment. Put a drawing hand emoji in if you've made it to the end. Or perhaps you have a matrix relevant emoji that you could put in the chat. I don't know. But this is fun, drawing. At some point I was like, I don't know what's going on here. I'm going to borrow some of this water. It didn't feel, I wasn't getting the Smith vibe. Some proportions a bit off, but I feel putting the shadow in really helped give me more of a sense of, I don't know, Agent Smith. Like the shadows here are so cool. This is a good one for the shadow shaped theme. Yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and thank you for joining me here. Thank you for participating in my Advent calendar live stream series, and I'll be back tomorrow morning, same time, with someone else. Oh, I didn't finish the ear. Someone not from the Matrix, probably. Who should we draw tomorrow? You can make suggestions. You can share reference as well on the Discord server. There's a reference sharing chat for people to share their own references, and we can draw each other. Right, that is a bit big, but that's how it is today. And I would love to see your work. So share on Instagram, on the Discord server. Can't wait to see your Agent Smiths. And thank you for those drawing hand emojis. Adding brushstrokes is so effective. It is. It's like, this is some of the stuff I did after the live stream with Morpheus, and the Oracle, where I just stopped at 10 minutes, but then I was like, I don't feel finished. I need to do a couple more things. And just, it can be so effective just to push some of that ink around and get more of a sense of the depth and tonal variation, and using the water brush on top of the ink is such an effective way to fill a lot of space with value in a pretty direct and quick manner. Dylan, leave me a question. In the Canyo Film It chat, do they share the references? No. People are just, in the Canyo Film It chat, people are just sharing their work. Someone suggested a website where you can get good cinema references. But no, the references are not shared there. I'm sharing the ones I've been sharing to the Discord chat. But the Canyo chat, people are just sharing work, not references. But you could ask, just put it in the chat, ask people for their references and screenshots. Maybe then they'd be happy to share that. Because there's some cool stuff people have been sharing. So, all right, I'm going to stop. This is a bit longer than 10 minutes. Okay, thank you, dear friends. Connie said, I've only seen Germany in 2 airports and across the river from North Holland one day. Jay loves the juxtaposition of light against the dark. Yeah, as soon as you can put in some solid inky black value. I'll just pan back across this spread so you can have a look at my matrix spread before moving on with the day. Here we go. Agent Smith, Trinity, Morpheus, the Oracle, and in a completely different style, because I hadn't started with the shadow focus. I was still trying to focus on the line, starting with Neo. So he just kind of over the shoulder of the Oracle in a completely different kind of style to the rest. But there we go. There they are. They all belong together. Thank you for joining me, everyone.